it's Megan. So today I am so excited to share this video with you. I am going to tell you my top 20 favorite TV shows of all time. So a lot of these you will probably see coming, but maybe some of them you won't, and I'm just so excited. One of you guys requested this video. I'll type your name down here because I thought it was such a great idea, and if you watch my Get Ready With Me's, I am nonstop talking about TV. I just love TV shows. Like, I am a total TV binge watcher. I just can't get enough, and once I'm done with one show, I have to immediately move on to another. So I constantly have a list of shows to watch, and based on this list that I'm going to talk about, please let me know what shows you think I will like to watch. And this is definitely not a list of all the shows I've ever watched in my life. I've watched a lot of shows and there's so many good ones, and if I can remember at the end, I'll list out some more that I have watched but just didn't make my absolute top 20 favorites. So I'm just so excited. TV is one of my next passions after beauty, so I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this. So these are in no particular order, and they're just ones, I just wrote them down as I could think of them, so they're really jumbled up, and yeah, so let's just get into it. The best TV show that I have seen in the past 2 months has been Mr. Robot. This show was nowhere on my radar. I only heard of it because it was nominated for a Golden Globe. And I'm really intense about like award shows and like trying to see as many things that are nominated as possible. So when I saw that this was on the best TV drama list, and I had never heard of it, and it's a USA show, which I love USA shows, and you'll see many more in this list. I really wanted to check it out, and so I watched it. All of the episodes are on the USA website, and I'll have that link down below for you guys if you want to watch this series because it's so good. It's surprising how good it is for a network TV show. A lot of my favorite shows are on Netflix, and I just think it's much easier for like producers and writers and stuff to be really out there and unique and really real with their writing if it's not on network TV where you're trying to like just appease the masses. But this show is very different. It's all about a hacker and a computer hacker, and so he has just a normal like software engineer job during the day, but at night he is this vigilante hacker, as they call him, and it's a really cool like hacking, so like crime type of thing with like trying to save the world, and also like all these internal conflicts and psychological problems that he has. So the way that the show unfolds is so captivating to me. You'll see in my list that I really like really intense dramas and like psychological dramas and stuff. So this is totally up my alley. I love it so much. It totally is enthralling to me. The main actor and every actor in this show is awesome, and I'm trying not to give spoilers in this list, so it's hard to explain the show. But basically, if you like hackers, if you like USA shows, if you like psychological things, definitely watch it. It's definitely for mature audiences only. Like, don't watch this if you're under like 16 or something, because there's drugs and violence and goriness and sex and so all sorts of things that I shut my eyes for some of that as well. So I would definitely say mature audiences only, but it's awesome. So awesome. Definitely deserved all the awards and nominations that it got. Okay, one of my favorite comedy shows is Parks and Rec. I love this show. This is one that I watched when I was in college. My freshman year, I watched like however many seasons that were already like playing at that time. So I watched like 4 seasons in like a weekend, and I just loved it so much. And then I was just continuously obsessed with it over the years, and I didn't keep up with it completely. And then my sister and I, we tried to watch different shows together, and so we watched all of Parks and Rec together, and it just reinforced my love for Parks and Rec. So it's, I don't know how to explain it because the topic seems so boring. Like, they're in this Parks and Recreation department in their state government, and every character is just so funny. I love Tom Haverford, I love April and Donna. Oh my god, if you've ever heard the term treat yourself, that's from Parks and Rec. So it's just a really funny like 30-minute show. They have all the seasons, I'm pretty sure, on Hulu. So sometimes I'll remember an episode and I'll just look it up and watch it, because it's a show I would definitely go back and just rewatch any random episode and laugh just as hard as I did the first time. So Parks and Rec is just a classic, I think. One of the shows that really got me into USA Network, as well as more crime and like mystery type of shows, is Monk. Oh my god, Monk. He just holds a special place in my heart. I used to watch this every Friday night when I was in middle school, because my mom would watch it, and so it was just like a family thing. We did every Friday night. We would watch the new Monk episode, and it was something I look forward to every single week. I just love it, and I have every season on DVD. I'm not really sure where you could watch it online. I haven't looked into it that much just because I have the DVDs, but if you like crime shows, Monk is a really cool show to watch because it combines solving crimes also with an OCD like disorder. So Monk has OCD and just a lot of other like psychological problems that hold him back from just like living his life, but he's this amazing detective. So I haven't watched it in a while, to be honest, but I couldn't not mention the show because I think it's what really got me into television, and it's just so good, you guys. Monk is amazing. So if you like crime shows, if you like psychological type of disorders, not like them, but you know what I mean, I think you would love Monk so much. He's just so sweet and you just want to hug him like the entire series. I love it. Okay, I have a few like reality shows on here, which I don't like a lot of reality shows, but these aren't like super reality. Okay, let's just get into it. Top Chef. OMG, Top Chef. I have been watching Top Chef since the very first season. What an amazing food competition show. Like, I have never loved a food show as much as this. I love Chopped and I love pretty much anything on the Food Network. But Top Chef is this whole other level of amazingness, and I love when they do Top Chef Masters and have these super incredible chefs come on and compete for like the ultimate name of Top Chef. It's just so cool to see people that are so amazing at what they do. I can't even explain it. I can't explain what I'm trying to say. Okay, what am I trying to say with Top Chef? If you are a foodie, you have got to watch Top Chef. I'm sure you probably do already, but it's the only show that I watch on Bravo anymore. Like, Bravo is just too intense for me anymore. I used to really like it, but it's too dramatic. But Top Chef is so good. It like has a little bit of drama. It's like as much drama as I can take, but it's mostly about the food, and the challenges are awesome. I have the hugest crush on Tom Colicchio. I love Gail Simmons. We were at a fashion show once and she was there. It was so cool. And Padma, oh my god, like there are no words to describe Padma. So I just love the show, everything about it. I really like just saving up the episodes and then like binging them because it's, I don't know, I just like it better than watching it when it airs. So Top Chef is definitely like the best food show ever, except another one on my list is The Great British Bake Off. That is a show that really surprised me. I have heard about it like just through the grapevine of the internet, and people always said how funny it was, and I don't know, I couldn't understand how a cooking show could be funny and like this controversial basically, but it is so hilarious. They only have one season on Netflix and I am so obsessed. I wish they had them all. I don't know how many seasons there are, but I need to see more because the hosts are just so funny and their pants are so bad. Like, they have the worst fitting pants ever in the world, but it's just funny and British people are just so cute, and I don't know, I love that show. So that's another great food show. Another competition reality show I love is Project Runway, and I I watch every season. I've watched every season of that and also the All-Stars. Some seasons are like, I don't really like the people, but a lot of the seasons I do like. But my all-time favorite season of Project Runway, which if you don't know what it is, it's a fashion like competition. So people are wanting to be like these awesome fashion designers, and a lot of great like names that we hear now, like Christian Siriano and Michael, what is his name? Michael, I'll type it down here because I just can't remember it right now. Some of them have done so well, and you hear about them on the red carpet all the time now. So it's definitely a great like jumping off point for a lot of designers. But my very favorite season was with Santino. I have that season on DVD. I didn't even know Project Runway went on DVD, but I randomly found it like 10 years ago. I don't know when I found this DVD, randomly at Staples of all places. So I'll just rewatch that season like every few months, and it's so good. So it had Daniel Vosovic, who I love, Santino. That was the season also with Andre. Oh my god. That whole season is like the epitome of Project Runway to me. Tim Gunn, oh my god. I wish like he could be my mentor. I just love him so much. If you like fashion, if you like creativity, if you love Tim Gunn, you will love this show, and it's just such a good show. That's another show I watch like every time it airs because it's just so good. Okay, another blast from the past show is House. I never really was into this until I dated this one guy. He was so obsessed with House, and so now when I think of it, I'm like, it reminds me of him, so it's not like an awesome memory. But House, the show, if you don't have like any personal like terrible memories attached to it, House is just a great show. House, like Dr. House, the main character, is Hugh Laurie, if you don't know. And he's just like this asshole yet hilarious and genius type of person, and a lot of shows that I watch, you really kind of hate the main character because they are basically a total asshole, but House just gets away with it. Like there's something about him that, yeah, whatever, he's doing his thing and everyone hates him, but we can't live without him, is basically how it is. So it's a like drama, but it has to do with really crazy like medical diseases and like issues. So every episode has a different patient and these different problems that they have, and no one can solve it, but House and his team ultimately figures it out, and it's just really good. And then it has all these other aspects to it, like House's friendships, his very minimal number friendships and love interest, and it's sad a lot at some points, but it's really good at the same time. There's a ton of seasons. I have most of them on DVD, but again, I don't really watch it just because I do have that personal like history with it that I don't really want to relive. So it's kind of upsetting because I love the series. I didn't like how it ended at all, but what can you do? So House is a really good one if you're into medical dramas and you like asshole main characters. Another great like 30-minute comedy is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This is a show that Chloe's boyfriend Felipe introduced me to, and it is so funny. If you like Andy Samberg, he's the main character, and it's very similar to the hilarity of Parks and Rec. So if you like that type of humor, I think you'll really like Brooklyn. And you can't go through an episode without laughing your ass off. Like, it is just so funny. I love Gina, especially Captain Holt is amazing. He actually won a Critics' Choice Award, I'm pretty sure, for his role, which I think is really cool. And it's just so funny, you guys. Again, a show my sister and I watched together. We love it so much. I don't think there's ever been a dud episode. It's so awesome. Okay, White Collar, a great USA show. USA is just so awesome to me. They have some of the best dramas. So White Collar, first of all, it has Matt Bomer in it, who is one of the most gorgeous people I have ever seen in my life. So it has him, and then I forget his real name, but Peter is his character name. They are just awesome together. Like, if I had like an OTP for like best friends, that would be it. So Neil and Peter, they would be like my one true friend pairing if I could pick. And so it's about Neil. Matt Bomer was a like really awesome criminal. So he would not steal paintings, but forge paintings, and he was such a good artist, and he was just a bad dude, but he got in trouble. And then Peter, who is in the FBI, he like was supposed to take care of Neil and bring him into the FBI to help them catch other bad guys. So there's this whole conflict of Neil being a criminal yet helping the FBI, and it's this like weird like bashing all the time. And so Neil has all these other problems with like other criminals, and he has all these side things going on, but then they're always trying to solve different mysteries and crimes and stuff, and it's just amazing. There's tons of seasons. I honestly haven't seen the final season. My sister and I haven't had the nerve to watch it yet because we're pretty sure we know how it ends, which will suck, but an amazing drama crime show with a lot of art with it, because he was an awesome art forger and criminal. So I've learned a lot about art through the show, which is really cool. And his best friend Mozzie is like, I'm gonna name my dog, a future dog, Mozzie, because I just think it's such a cute name. So a great show by far, definitely White Collar. It's on Netflix, like all the seasons. Okay, the next two shows are ones that I'm sure you've all seen and love, and everyone knows about them. The first one is House of Cards. Such a good Netflix original show, and I can't wait for the new season to come out. I believe it's March 4th that the 4th season comes out on. A great political drama. Kevin Spacey is terrifying. Seriously, like everything about him just scares me so much. And my next show is Breaking Bad, and the main characters in both are very similar. How they just, well, Breaking Bad is a little bit of a slower transition, and in House of Cards he's like immediately bad, but they both have that like ultimate thing of power. They just want power so bad, it's like their lifeblood, like they can't survive without it. And it's very hard to watch that sometimes, but it's also like you can't look away. So House of Cards is a great political drama. I hate politics. I never want to hear about them or think about them, but this show, I just love it so much. I can actually watch it, and I really don't like politics. So if you don't like politics, I think you would still really like House of Cards. It's very interesting and it makes you kind of scared about the government, honestly. And I don't know, it was really cool. I got to go to a House of Cards wrap party for one of the seasons, and that was amazing. I got to see Michael Kelly and shake his hand. Holy shit, Stamper! I love him. He's my favorite character, and I got to meet him. Just had to say that because it was one of the best moments of my life. So House of Cards, I'm sure you all watched it, but if you haven't, go binge it right now. You'll be obsessed. And then, like I said, Breaking Bad. I think everyone in the world who is obsessed with TV has seen Breaking Bad. I've rewatched it twice. So good. It is like the craziest show, but once you're hooked on it, which only takes like one episode, you are hooked for the entire series, and it's so easy to just watch it all because it's all on Netflix. But even though I rewatched it 2 times, I can never watch the last like 10 episodes where Heisenberg is just like totally 100% evil, everyone's dying, and I just can't rewatch it. So I watched like all the way up to like mid last season, and then I just don't watch the rest. I just can't watch the ending anymore. It's just too sad, and it's a kind of like cautionary tale in a way, and it's just really interesting. It's all about a guy, the main character, who is diagnosed with cancer, and then he has like no money he feels left to leave for his family if he passes away, and so he starts making meth. And like, to me, that's not like an obvious transition, but he's a chemist, like a chemistry teacher. So I guess I can kind of see it, but if I was like dying and I didn't know how to leave money for my family, I don't think I would go straight towards making drugs. But Heisenberg does. Heisenberg's crazy. I love him. I love Jesse. Oh my god, Jesse is awesome. But if you haven't seen it, you have to. It's a classic. I feel like if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, you just need to go watch it immediately, because what are you going to talk about to people? I don't know. Okay. Happy Endings. This is a show I feel not many people know about. This is again a 30-minute comedy. To me, it's hilarious. It's similar to Friends, where there's like 6 people, a group of friends who just do everything together, and it's always like crazy and weird and hilarious. It's very similar to that kind of like sitcom type of thing. But Happy Endings is just crazy. Like, I can't describe it other than like crazy and hilarious. So there's really no plot to it, similar to Friends, that there's just no plot. It's just these people doing crazy things all the time, and it's just really funny. If you like that type of thing, I think you'll really like Happy Endings. If you like the type of humor that I have said that I like Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think Happy Endings would really fit into the shows that you like. Happy Endings is a little more like the edge of, like, it is sometimes really not funny, but I think most of the time it stays on the edge of really funny. So that got canceled, which sucks, so I guess not enough people really liked it, but it's one of my all-time favorite shows. So okay, I have a few guilty pleasure shows. One of them is Pretty Little Liars, and I didn't know if I wanted to add these guilty pleasure shows to this list, but when I was coming up with my favorite TV shows ever, my criteria was basically, what shows do you look forward to watching, or what shows could you rewatch and just really enjoy still? Pretty Little Liars definitely fits those categories. I try to watch PLL every week that it's on, when it's on. I love watching it. I don't like to watch a lot of shows live. I can, like, it's fine if I miss them, like, I don't really care. But PLL, there's something about it that I just can't miss it, and it's a show my sister and I watch together. Usually our mom watches it with us too, and it's just so crazy, and it's like the stupidest show ever, but I can't stop. It's just so good. It's a guilty pleasure. I love it, and I can't explain it, but I am 23 and I can admit that I love PLL, and I do read the message boards about it because I'm crazy. I am just so crazy. And then another one of my guilty pleasures, which was like canceled, and I cannot believe that this show was canceled, and that is Revenge. That show to me was like a grown-up PLL. So Revenge is on Netflix, so you can watch it all. That's how I watch most of the seasons, and then when it was still airing, I would watch those episodes as they came out. But it's just such a soap, like, opera. It's so crazy and so unbelievable, and there's murders and all these conspiracies and like people coming back from the dead and stuff. So it's just like PLL but with adults. So it's so funny to me, but it's so, like, I can't stop. When I was watching it, I was so obsessed with it. When it ended, I was so mad. I'm still mad about it, as you can tell, and they tried to like replace it with Blood and Oil, and I think that got canceled as well. So they just should have stuck with Revenge because it was so good. It's about like rich people and just all the drama that goes on in like the world of rich people, which I have no idea about. So it's interesting in that way, and there's just so many layers to it. It was just so good. If you like crazy, unbelievable soap opera dramas, if you like PLL, you have got to watch Revenge. And then one of my, this is probably my most guilty pleasure show because it's kind of even embarrassing. It's more embarrassing to me than Pretty Little Liars and Revenge is, but I love The Real World. So I never really watch MTV. I just think it like kills your brain basically. But my friend Alyssa, she watches MTV all the time, and when I was working at Bed Bath & Beyond, we would hang out every Thursday during the day, and we would always watch Real World. And I was very skeptical at first. I was like, I don't really like MTV shows, and I don't really like reality, like that type of reality show. And we started watching it, and it was awesome. Like, it's so crazy and really, to me, very unrealistic, but it is, like, those people are absolutely crazy. They find, like, the most crazy people and put them all in a house, and you are bound to have an insane TV show. So the only seasons that I've really seen were Skeletons, which was the most recent season, and then the Exes. And I really liked having more of a plot, I guess, because in the past it was just random people in a house and let's see how they interact. But now it's like they have this other dimension of like drama with it, bringing things, like bringing other people into the house that will just rile them up some more. And I think the next season that's coming out is, what is it? She sent me a link to it. I'll type it down here because I'm sure I can find it in my history, but I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. There's always people you love to hate, there's always people you love to love, and then somehow they all turn psycho and you end up hating them all. So I just like it. It's a total guilty pleasure. It's embarrassing, but I like it. Transitioning to a incredible show from all those like guilty pleasure terrible shows is Orphan Black. Oh my god. So Orphan Black is a BBC show, and it's hard for me, at least with the cable we have, to get it. So I've only been able to see the first 2 seasons, which are on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime subscription, you can watch it on the Amazon Video section for free, the first 2 seasons. The 3rd season, unfortunately, is not available yet for Amazon Prime to watch it for free. So I haven't seen the 3rd season. I am dying because the 2nd season finale was such a cliffhanger. Like, I can't even imagine what's going to happen in the 3rd season. But I really, with this show, I don't want to give like anything away because I went into it knowing absolutely nothing. I didn't know the plot. I didn't know what type of show it was. Like, all I heard was that it was really, really good. And to me, that's enough to check out at least the first few episodes. It is so crazy, especially as it moves further throughout the series. And literally, I don't want to give anything away. If you're into the dramas that I have told you about, if you're just into really good shows, really great story to it, really great acting, just all around awesome, 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 you have got to watch Orphan Black. It is so good. I bet, like, I kind of live under a rock when it comes to TV shows. I don't try to research them a lot, so you might already know what it's about, but if you know nothing, go right now and watch it because your brain will explode. It's that good. Okay, Sherlock, another BBC show, but they play it on PBS. Sherlock pisses me off, honestly, because they only make 3 episodes per season, and then they take like a year to come out with another season. I'm like, we need more Cumberbatch. Like, we need him now. We just need like 10 episodes at a time, and like, we need the seasons much closer together. So that annoys me about Sherlock, but everything else about it is just perfect. I love Benedict. I love Martin Freeman. Them together is insane. Like, okay, I know I said Neil and Peter in White Collar were like my best friend OTP, but I think Sherlock and Watson are my OTP, honestly. Like, they just work so well together. I wish I could meet them in real life and see how they are out of character, because I think they would be exactly the same, just without the crime solving part of it. But if you like crimes, if you know anything about Sherlock, he's this awesome detective, you will love Benedict as Sherlock. He is so amazing. The acting is incredible. The sets are incredible. There's just something so just like heartwarming about that show, even though it's creepy a lot of the time and Sherlock has a lot of like mental issues and stuff, but it's just so good. If you like dramas, if you like crime things, you will absolutely love Sherlock. I'm sure everyone has seen it already, but I had to mention it. Okay, one of my favorite shows on ABC is How to Get Away with Murder, and I didn't add Scandal to my list, even though I do keep up with Scandal and I really enjoy it. I think it's crazy. I think that it's gotten really, really interesting over the past few seasons. But it didn't make my list just because I'm not addicted to it, but I am addicted to How to Get Away with Murder. It was a show I really was unsure about at first. It took me probably 2 or 3 episodes to really get into it. And I wanted to be into it because I loved Scandal, and I still love Scandal. But Shonda Rhimes is just a really great like producer and creator, so I wanted to be into it just because I like her work. So I was really happy when I finally got absolutely hooked, and the first season, it does start a little slow to me, but it picks up a lot and it's just so crazy. Viola Davis is such a badass. Like, she is incredible. So if you love her, you'll pretty much love the show no matter what, but it's just so crazy and dramatic. And now, sorry, I have something in the corner. Oh, it was like a little hair. Ew, that explains it. If you saw the mid-season finale of it, you will feel just like I do, like, what is gonna happen? So the next, like the mid-season premiere is February 12th, I believe, or February 11th. It's gonna be nuts, you guys. I just know it. Such a good show. I keep up with it on Hulu. They always have the new episodes. Such a great crime and law show. So basically they're in law school. Viola Davis is their law teacher, but she also has a law firm, and she picks certain students to work for her throughout the semester or the year or whatever. Feels like they've been working for her for like years. But then there was like this murder and they're trying to solve it, and I don't know, it's just so cool. Okay. The Mindy Project. Anyone that knows me knows I am in love with Mindy. If I could meet one famous person, it would be Mindy. I would melt into a puddle. I would die on the spot. She is just the epitome of awesome and funny and feminine and girl power to me. Like, I just love her so much. It is unbelievable. And her show I was so in love with, and then it was canceled by Fox, and I hate Fox because they also in the same week canceled Backstrom, which is one of my favorite shows, but it didn't make the cut for this list, but I do absolutely love it. But then Hulu picked up Mindy, and I think since Hulu picked it up, I think it just got better. Like, similar to what I was saying at the beginning, that if it's on a commercial network, you have to always be appeasing the masses. You have to just, like, give the stakeholders peace of mind by not saying anything really out there or controversial. But on Hulu or on Netflix, you can go absolutely insane and just be really free with what you write. So I think the Mindy Project really benefited from going on Hulu, and I love this show. It's funny because Mindy's funny, but there's also the like aspect in the past few seasons of her being a mom and her relationship with Danny, and there's a lot of really poignant parts that I'm not at a stage in my life where I have to worry about those things, but being a woman in like a position where you really want to excel at your career but you also want to have a family, I think that is a problem that a lot of women face, and I think that it's so cool that they are addressing those problems on this show, and I just love Mindy for that. I love Mindy no matter what she does, but I just think that's really cool to deal with those really tough issues on a comedy show. I just love it. I think it's awesome. Then my absolute final favorite show, which is a newer show, but it is so good. It is Blindspot. You might have seen the teaser for it with this girl crawling out of this like duffel bag in the middle of Times Square, and you're probably like, okay, that show just looks too weird, I'm not gonna watch that. It is fascinating. If you like white collar, if you like detective shows, anything like that, you will really enjoy Blindspot, I think. And it also has a lot of more what I like to call major minor characters, because they're not the main characters, but they do have quite a bit of airtime, similar to Orange is the New Black, how the minor characters basically have like an episode where they get to explain their story. It's similar to me to that. But there are just so many underlying stories, like not just this girl that came out of the duffel bag and trying to solve all these all these crimes and mysteries, but there's so many like personal things that are going on for all the characters that you see regularly. And I think that is what really gets me into a show, when I am invested in every character that I see throughout it. I don't just want to see the main story. I want to see what's going on behind all these characters and how it just adds to the intensity, and really it makes it a lot more human to me, because it's not just this main character and trying to figure out all that. It's what's going on behind all the doors of these people's lives. It's just really good. I really enjoy it. I can't wait for the second season. I think her tattoos are so cool. The fact that they, like, that is her, like, costume, and they have to do that. I find, like, stagecraft and costume design and stuff really, really cool, and that it's similar to Sherlock, how the sets and the costumes are just so awesome. It adds to it a lot for me because I'm really interested in that. So this was such a long-winded video. I feel like I barely explained anything very well. I try not to give spoilers, which is like the main issue with doing a video like this, but I didn't just want to list out the things. You guys know I have to explain everything in overwhelming detail, but I hope this was fun. I love all these shows so much. You can tell that I like dramas, I like comedies, and I like some reality type of shows, but please, please, please let me know your favorites in the comments down below. So I mentioned a few on the fly of ones that I've watched that didn't make the cut, but pretty much those were the main ones that I wanted to mention anyway. I've watched a lot on the side. I've watched some Gossip Girl. I've watched some... Oh, I just watched Master of None with Aziz Ansari. Amazing. If I would have put it in this list, but I seriously just watched it like last week. But it's so good. If you like Aziz on Parks and Rec, you will absolutely love his show. And I just downloaded his book, that's the show, Modern Romance. So I can't wait to read that, because I think he's one of the new like voices that's going to be really, really big in the next few years. So I love so many shows. I can't like talk about them all because I can't really remember them all at this very moment, but please let me know your favorites in the comments below, and if you like any of these or you hate any of these, please let us know as well. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This was such a fun video for me to do. I hope you enjoyed watching it as well, and I will see you soon. Bye!